It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Kevin, thank you very much. We know Rudy Gobert is ultra-competitive, but he knows it's not about winning his individual matchup. He said, it's a 5-on-5 game, a team concept. That's always been my mindset. Obviously, I take pride in being the best defensive player in this league, but I play to win. That's my focus. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That's David Aldridge, our NBA Hall of Famer. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, we've got Conley. Gobert is out there with O'Neal. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Ingles in at the 2-guard. And for the Rockets, Olynyk is out there with Wood. Then it's Porter. Then it's Wall. And it's Tate in at the 3 spot. And a wide open look for Porter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Tate, the pass to Olynyk. 5 on the clock. Porter against Ingles. Porter, no luck. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Utah. Over to the wing. O'Neal kicks to Bogdanovic. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Houston the other way. Porter looking it over. Here's Wall. A rebound by the Jazz. Last time they met was in Utah.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
The Rockets with another miss.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
And the shot goes in.
And finally, somebody knocks down a shot. This has not been pretty thus far.
All with it. 14 points from him the last game against the Heat in Miami.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. The Rockets shooting their first free throws of the evening.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Ingles. Up top, Gobert. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. Porter against Ingles. Passes it to Gobert. Back to Ingles. Over Porter. And that one hits back iron.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And Christian Wood, undrafted in 2015 out of UNLV. Wait a minute, that's your alma mater. Hey, talk about his game. What do you like about Christian Wood's game?
Well, first I'll start with he went to UNLV. He's long, he's lean. I think he really fits the modern NBA as a small ball center. Able to hold his own on the glass and space the floor.
Now here's Conley. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. The Jazz with another miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Another miss by Houston. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. It's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And there's the pass to Gobert. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And at this part of the regular season, that rookie wall, Clark, is a real thing. You know that. Does it hit all rookies or just a couple?
Kevin, I certainly think that's a real thing for every rookie. At some point, quite honestly, whether it's mental, physical, or a combination of the two, when you've only played 35, 40 games max in any given year, and now you're playing 85 to 90 when you count preseason games, your body needs time to adjust to that. And usually you've got to go through a wall to get to the other side of it.
And he knocks down the first one.
An improved free throw shooter compared to his earlier seasons. Nice to see Gobert attack his weakness.
He's perfect from the line this time. Rockets trail by 3. Outside, Wall. Here's the 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
Yeah, I mean, from 3. Wall looking relaxed out there, and one of the game's more confident players. He can be a streaky but deadly outside shooter.
Conley dishes to Bogdanovich from downtown. That one misses. And the Rockets take it the other way. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Here's Tate. The kick out to Wall. And another 3 for Houston.
Not lacking any confidence. When the ball hits Wall's hands, he is ready to let it fly.
Pass to Gobert. Dishes to Conley. Wall with some nice defense. Last outing for the Rockets. It was a loss to the Heat in Miami. Near the 3-point line, it's Porter. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Bogdanovich. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice play there from Bogdanovich. Had the defense at a disadvantage, and he struck.
This is his first free throw of the game. Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
You know, you look at Bogdanovich, and this guy is really outstanding at taking high percentage shots, and he's got what I call a natural scoring ability and mentality.
The Rockets making a switch here. Wilson's checked in. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
And here's Wall. He has 6. Here's Olynyk, stolen by O'Neal. And now Utah, fast break. Conley leading the charge. That one goes. Count it. Conley's got his second basket of the night.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
Here's Wall. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Porter. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
The Jazz working the ball around now. Oh, what a play! Woo!
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
It's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots. And now we've got a moment to see how the Jazz are doing ranking-wise, Kevin.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often, it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
Off the inbound, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Ingles can't get it to go. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 1. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
And the Jazz with possession here. The Rockets making the shot. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. Shoots it. The Rockets pull it in.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Olynyk. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Joe Ingles. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Augustine finds Bradley. Yes, that goes in.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
It's Conley's ability to hit the long ball that makes him such an asset. Stretches the floor and creates space.
Here is Augustine. Trailing by 2. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Favors. Shot's good by Clarkson.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, and not leaving anything to chance either. That's why he takes it right to the bucket.
Now here is Augustine. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Wilson, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Utah is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Clarkson up top, guarded by Bradley. Now, here's Clarkson. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Let's check out the NBA blocks leaders. Rudy Gobert is second.
But there aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Jazz.
And they've made an effort to get to the line here in the first half, guys, and it's starting to pay off.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
That one is off. He hits the second from the line. Rockets trail by 3. Augustine looking around. Rebounded by Clarkson. Utah shooting only 28% here in the first. A shoddy game offensively for them so far. And he's got his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
The Rockets trail. Here's Augustine. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Now Bradley. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Niang passes to Favors. He kicks it to Clarkson. Oni passes to Clarkson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Shot clock at 6. Conley in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
The silky smooth dribble moves of Conley, so slick in how he creates for himself.
Here's Bradley. Utah with the rebound.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Oni passes to Conley. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Gotta admire how clever Conley is, gifted at catching the defense off guard with that soft floater. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
And it's the Rockets on the break. There's 1:40 left to play in the first quarter. Brown with it. Favors picks him up. Here's Wilson. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And now just a 3-point Utah lead.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Again, Conley missing. Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Over in the corner, Brown. And it's Oni with the rebound. Utah leading by 3. Outside Conley. Pass to Clarkson. Launches a 3. But they'll get another chance. And a slam dunk by Favors.
Such determination on the glass. Not boxing out Favors is a huge mistake that you cannot afford to make.
Now here is Augustine. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Oni, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Augustine against Clarkson. And Augustine kicks to Bradley. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Bradley's got 6.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And so it's Mike Conley making highlights for the Utah Jazz. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Utah Jazz. It's a 5-point game. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game, great adjustments on the offensive end.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Rockets, DJ Augustine out there with Avery Bradley. Then it's Christian Wood. Then there's Brown. Free throw good. Clarkson. Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lores of the game of college basketball.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Wood. And so he hits both. Jazz leading by 6. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Bojan Bogdanovic was a pro in Europe for a decade before he joined the NBA. The Croatian sharpshooter says, a lot of players who are happy over there, but I wanted to have another challenge, to play against the best in the world. That was the only thing that was important to me. Guys, he's lived up to that promise.
He loves that challenge, and he's having success. D.A., thank you. Now here is Augustine. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. A second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. They get Derek Favors.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Wood. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Now, here's a look at the last few months of assist numbers for John Wall.
His passing has been noticeably better in the last few months. You can see it in his assist totals. He's seeing the entire court, spreading the ball around and creating a lot of easy buckets for his teammates.
And he can't get the first one. And the Jazz making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. And he's good on the second. And so it's Houston with it, trailing by 5. Ball passes to Tate. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Off target from three-point range.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Now here's Favors. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Clock at 4. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And with deceptive speed and a lengthy wingspan, defenders can sometimes just get stuck fouling Favors.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4. First free throw is good. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Poke loose. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. From the top of the key, he buries it. Now it's just a 3-point Utah lead. The Jazz shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Oni passes to Niang. He dishes it to Ingles. Passes it to Oni. And Porter, here we go. No good on that one. The Jazz go the other way with it.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
Slamming it home. Part of why Favors shoots it so well from the field, sometimes he just spikes it instead of shooting it.
Now here's Wall. He's got 8. And the rejection by Favors. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Rockets with the rebound. All with it. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Gets a hand on it.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there. Terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Here's O'Neal. And that one is off. So Houston will take it the other way. Here's Tate. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
The Rockets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And the Jazz with some changes. Rudy Gobert comes in for O'Neal, and it's Bogdanovich in for George Niang. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Oni. The pass to Gobert. Here's Oni. Pass to Ingles. Just 5 to shoot. Fires it up. They get it back. Favors. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on John Wall. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
And he's kept this percentage at a decent level, right around 74.
And boy, I tell you what, he's really coming to his own this year. I mean, that is an enormous step up from what he shot at the line last season.
No good on that one.
And he's taking care of the hard part tonight, which is getting to the line. But he hasn't finished the job once he gets there.
Good on the second free throw.
And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
And here's Wall. He's got 8. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Wall's got the game tied up here for the Rockets. Here's Honey. The dish now to Bogdanovich. The shot. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
Now here's Wall. 10 points for him. Count that one. Wall's got 6 in the quarter.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Here's Honey. Pass to Gobert. Kicks it to Ingles. Outside Bogdanovich. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Bogdanovich has got 6. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. Trailing by 2. The 9-foot shot. Wall with another miss. The Jazz have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's Honey. And the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Jazz lead.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Wall looking it over. Dishes it to Porter. Inside. Tate is covered by Bogdanovich. Here's Wilson. No good with the triple. Utah leading by 4. Now here's Bogdanovich. He has 6.
I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
The kick out to Wall. Passes to Tate. Back to Wall. 3-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Wall's got 9 points in the quarter.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Here's Honey, covered by Wall. Honey passes to Gobert. Here's Honey. The pass to Bogdanovich. Pulls from the top of the key. They get the rebound. Favors. Tries again. Gobert trying to get open.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oh, Porter in position. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Utah trailing here. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
So both teams making some changes here.
A moment here to look at the numbers for Ingles. Some good contributions, really, since the All-Star break. He's putting up 13 points a game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Gobert collects the two-pointer near the hoop. Gobert's got 8 points.
And using his insane wingspan and athletic frame, Gobert can flat out dominate down low.
Round kicks to Augustine. Olynyk trying to break loose. Utah's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
And DJ Augustine, a veteran guard who's always had an impact when he's on the floor. He gives you leadership, shooting, and playmaking off the bench.
Tell you what, Greg, when he was with the Pacers during my time working for the team, I really grew to appreciate and respect his game even more than I did from a distance. You're exactly right. I mean, he's a barometer for just about any team he's played on, and that when he plays well, it lifts everybody else's game. That's just the kind of experienced, calming effect veteran he is.
For Utah, they've gone 7-16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Gobert down low. Olynyk is covering. Here's Bogdanovich. They shoot again, and Gobert with the lay-in. Gobert's got 6 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here's Bradley. He's got 8. Back to Augustine. And a miss there on the triple.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Augustine against Conley. And it's blocked by Bradley. He kicks to Augustine. Over in the corner, Brown. Over Ingles. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Brown's got his first basket. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Jazz. Pass to Clarkson. It's stolen by Bradley. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
2 shots.
For Houston, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
That one drops. He ties it up. O'Neal's check in for the Jazz. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. 1:19 left now here in the second. He dishes it to Clarkson. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
And this is the advantage Clarkson has. I mean, he's a big combo guard and can convert through contact.
Augustine against O'Neal. Brown outside. Pass to Olynyk. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Clarkson, and Olynyk gets it to go on the assist by Brown. And the Rockets lead by 1. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Clarkson on the wing. He's got 9. Passes it to Gobert. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Big night for Gobert. This team has become more and more comfortable leaning on his offense.
There's 14 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now Augustine. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, Believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Jazz out in front, up 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Derek, you came out very strong. What was your approach during the first half?
We just want to be aggressive, bring defense, bring energy, and then be a spark off the bench.
And you got that accomplished. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Some incredible work in this one by Rudy Gobert. He had 12 points, 2 block shots. And when we talk about the best shooters in the game, and we were just doing that moments ago, Shaq, Bogdanovich's name comes up more and more often.
Anybody that got that Vitch in their last name, they know how to shoot that Vitch. Range is unlimited. He's hitting more shots off the bounce, too.
Wow. You know what? Sometimes grapes taste like raisins. And you got to, carry the scoring.
Cracks himself up. Always a straight shooter. Kenny the Smithovich.
Oh,
grapes taste like raisins.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Utah leading, so on the floor for Utah. They've got O'Neal, Conley out there with Joe Ingles. And it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward. O'Neal passes to Conley. Porter with the steal. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Now here is Conley. There's the pass to Gobert. Shoots from the right block. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Conley against Wall. Here's Olynyk. And that one is good. Olynyk's got his second basket of the night.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
Now here is Conley. Pass to Gobert. Picked away. Pass to Tate. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 6.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Ingles gets to Conley. He feeds it to Gobert. On the wing, Ingles. Second chance shot. The putback, and there's Gobert putting it right back in.
And when Gobert goes up, he gets up. Hair time to spare as he slams the putback home.
Conley against Wall. To the paint. Here's Olynyk. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
The Rockets have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Olynyk. And the Rockets making a change here. Woods checked in. And so Olynyk nails both of them. Jazz trail by 4. O'Neal passes to Bogdanovich. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Wood with the block. Out to the wing. From deep. Wall. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
A stellar all-around defender. Wall enjoys rising up and denying shooters.
Over in the corner, Conley. Shot clock at 5. The Rockets pull it in. Olynyk's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside, Porter. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
DJ Wilson, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. George Niang, he's checked in for the Jazz. Free throw good. Porter. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. 7-point differential. Pass to O'Neal. Kicks to Ingles. The dish to Conley. Pocket 6. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Tate the pass to Porter. That's his 7th miss in 12 shot attempts. Jazz trail by 7. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Outside Conley. Again, Conley missing. Now the Rockets with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Porter, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And Utah making a change here. Oni's checked in. Conley with it. He's got 11. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing. Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Utah calls timeout.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Seeding so important here. Let's have a look out west. You look at Utah. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. Of course, there's the Rockets. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And you know, for the Jazz, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
Here's Oni.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Let's take a look here at the numbers for Porter. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. 12th in assists and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And he really is the consummate playmaker. Always keeping his head on a swivel. Searching for the open man. Completely unselfish basketball player. First one falls for him. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. And he makes both free throws. And here's Houston. They're on a 19-6 run. Wall draws the double. And finished off by Wood.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Let's take a quick look at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Creating points off turnovers have been the calling card for these teams. In third, the Rockets.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
And that one falls for Favors.
And maybe he's starting to find his form at the line. He certainly had his share of chances.
Brown, he's checked in for the Rockets. Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz. So he gets them both. And so it's Houston with it. And here's Wall. He's got 17. The pass to Tate, and stolen by Favors. And now Clarkson pushing it up. No one back to stop him. He gets that one. Clarkson's got 11.
Well, I tell you what, really a good-looking young player. Clarkson drives, takes the contact. And what I really like about him, he plays with an edge. This is a guy who's trying to prove something all the time.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here is O'Neal. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut back down to 10 with the basket from Mike Conley. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Left side, Brown. Here's Tate. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And that one's good by Favors. 13 points in the game.
And Favors, very reliable around the rim, can get it done over either shoulder.
Brown against Clarkson. Back to Wall. Pass to Tate. Good, nice job down low.
and really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here's Favors. 13 points in the game. That one falls. And that's 15 points for Conley.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Outside Porter. 14 feet away. Utah with the rebound. Clarkson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
Well, you look at Mike Conley. He's been around a long time, folks, double-digit years. Does a little bit of everything out there, and outstanding, not only in the locker room, but also in the community, too. Just 5-star in every way.
Bradley's checked in for Houston. Augustine comes in for John Wall. And Utah also making a switch. Gobert's checked in. And so Mike Conley nails both of them. Houston leading by 8. Now here is Augustine. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
You know, Augustine, when he's attacking, playing downhill, trying to score, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense and puts him in a tough spot guarding.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
The free throw drops for Augustine. On the dunk contest, we saw Michael Jordan take on Dominique Wilkins. These days, not as many star players are participating in these skills competitions, like Greg, the slam dunk.
I think it's a great point you raised, Kevin, and I think in part because back in that era, you know, the reality is guys didn't make the kind of dollars they make today. And there was more risk, I guess, in the mindset of guys today, and they didn't want to take that challenge on. So I wish we would see more of our stars in the slam dunk contest, but I don't think that's going to be the case, unfortunately, as much as we'd all like to see it. That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Bradley. Good work defensively by Conley. Jazz trail by 10. O'Neal trying to break free. And here comes Brown. Leading the fast break. Pulls up. That's good from Augustine. The assist by Brown. Brown's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, you know, that's a main weapon in Augustine's offensive attack. I mean, he's very comfortable rising up from this area.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's got 8. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Clarkson.
You know, one of those rare second-round picks who played well immediately. Clarkson was first-team All-Rookie and continues to develop.
And both free throws good for Clarkson. Here's Augustine. Lays it up off the glass. Augustine's got 6 here in this quarter.
Guys, Augustine's so good at staying under control on these difficult finishes. Great focus from the veteran.
Conley against Augustine. Now, here is O'Neal. He's guarded close. Augustine with the steal. Here's Bradley. Olynyk inside. He's covered by Clarkson. Olynyk trying to break loose. Makes it off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 14.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Conley. 17 points in the game. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well. Conley will go to the line here. DJ Augustine picks one up. The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in.
One shot.
That's good from Conley. 1:53 left to play in the third. Here's Augustine. He's got 6. To the middle. And Olynyk kicks to Brown. Houston moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Porter's checked in for Houston.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 13. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Augustine up top. He's covered by Clarkson. It's blocked.
Wow. I mean, we don't normally see a rejection from Bogdanovich. I mean, the effort was great, and the shot block was a surprise.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Conley, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Houston gets called for the foul. He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And Conley drops them both. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Augustine against Clarkson. And the dunk by Olynyk.
You know, that kind of unselfishness, guys, from Augustine is really infectious, especially when it's coming from your point guard.
Conley against Augustine. Conley, the pass to Gobert. The wide open look here for Ingles. And the three off target.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling. Oh, great ball movement there.
Jazz trail by 18. Now Clarkson, 13 points in the game. Off the left rim and out. And so it's the Houston Rockets holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Back right after this. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the huddle.
One of the biggest things is not to react to anything. Okay, get to the next play and get the defensive boards. All right, stops, it's defensive boards.
Well, as we just heard, asking his guys to just keep it moving. Quinn Snyder doesn't want his guys to get caught up in their own heads.
I mean, great point. There's no value in dwelling on each mistake. Learn what you can, then forget about it. Move on.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. We've got Kelly Olynyk. Bradley is out there with DJ Augustine. Then it's Porter. And it's Tate in at the 4. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Right through the contact. Gobert's added so much strength since being drafted back in 2013. It's helped all facets of his game.
Now here is Augustine. Right wing. Olynyk with it. Back to Augustine. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up. Gobert pulls it in.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Now, here's Clarkson. Count that one.
What a nice feel, a good feel for the pick and roll. Clarkson sees his opportunity and capitalizes.
Bradley passes to Tate. A 3-ball. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Rockets lead by 17.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Utah calls timeout.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Conley, the pass to Ingles. Conley feeling it out, looking for Clarkson. He gets it there, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Clarkson against Augustine. He kicks to Porter. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
With the teardrop, Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 24 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Bradley. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Conley dishes to Clarkson. Passes it to Gobert. Back to Clarkson. And the layup is good. Clarkson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you. Yeah, the first half was 1 to deep 6 or forget. But in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Conley against Augustine. Clarkson surveying the floor. Ingles in the corner. Lots of room. Again, the Jazz score. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Bogdanovich against Bradley. Here's Olynyk. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Rockets lead by 15.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Clarkson kicks to Bogdanovich. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort. And even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
Here's Bogdanovich. The Rockets making the shot. Sinks the three-pointer.
Boy, he's such a gifted shooter. You can't give Bogdanovich any breathing room. Otherwise, he'll hurt you.
Augustine finds Bradley. Ingles with the rebound. Jazz trail by 14. At the elbow, Conley. And good that time. Conley's got 15 points here in the second half.
I'm impressed with Conley's scoring ability here. He's an alert guard who understands how to attack the defense.
Timeout called, the Rockets. DJ Wilson, he's checked in for Houston. Hall comes in for DJ Augustine. And a switcher also for Utah. O'Neal's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, the Rockets coach had some words for his team during the timeout. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. Let's see if they were listening, guys.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Jazz trail by 15. Conley left side. Nice shot by Gobert.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Wall passes to Olynyk. And the pass to Tate. Clock at 6. The kick out to Porter. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Porter's got 14 points here in the second half. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And here's Bogdanovich. They get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk. On defense, Houston. They led by as many as 18 points. Ingles kicks to O'Neal. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count it, good. Rockets leading by 13. Outside, Wall. Down low, Olynyk. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
At the line for your Rockets, Kelly Olynyk. Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Olynyk. He hits both from the stripe. Now here's Conley. Kicks it to O'Neal. Here is Conley. Outside, Bogdanovich. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Bogdanovich has got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Shooting for Houston, DJ Wilson. At the line for 2.
He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. And Utah has possession, trailing by 13. Conley against Wall. Pass to Bogdanovich. Now Ingles. Pass to O'Neal. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. It's tipped, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Rockets leading by 13. Outside, Wall. Porter against Ingles.
At the line for your Rockets, Kevin Porter. Taking 2 shots. Two.
Free throw good. Porter. And Porter drops them both. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Jazz. Wall with the steal. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Man, I like the quick hands of Wall. I mean, seeing him jump all over the opposition and get into the passing lanes to come up with the steal, that's impressive work.
Now here is Conley. Outside Bogdanovich. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Outside Porter. Back to Wall. There's the three. Houston with a new 14. Olynyk trying to break loose. Count that bucket. And the Rockets lead by 16.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Conley gets the bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now, here's Wall. Gobert with the defensive effort.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Stolen by Wilson. 4-on-3 break. Here's Tate. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz trail by 14. To the inside. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Tough finish from Bogdanovich. He's got a nice big frame for a wingman.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Rockets leading by 11. Inside, here's Wilson. Gobert pulls it in.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Now Wilson following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Bogdanovich looking around. Stolen by Wilson. All with it. Over Bogdanovich. The Rockets with another miss. Jazz trail by 11. To the middle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on John Wall.
Not just a floor spacer now. Bogdanovich getting inside there.
Take a break. Take a break. Two shots.
He drops the first one, and that brings them to within 10. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. And here's Wall. Over Conley. And nothing is falling for him right now. Right side, Bogdanovich. Here's Gobert. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. 22 points for Rudy Gobert. They can take their time on this possession.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Here's Wall. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
And it's Wall with the ball for the Rockets. They led by as many as 18 points. Olynyk against O'Neal. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And the Jazz call time here. They're trailing by 7. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, John Wall.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots, and also finishing strong.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Conley against Wall. To the paint. Gobert trying to get open. Count it!
And a close game like this, Bogdanovich coming up big with that basket.
And now we've got the intentional foul. They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
Wall passes to Porter. Back to Wall. Kicks it out to Wilson. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And the Rockets lead by 7. And the Jazz call time here. They're behind by 7. 23 seconds left in the fourth. And the Jazz with possession here. 7-point differential. Here's Hughes. A three-pointer off the mark. Now here's Brooks. So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. With John Wall. John, it sure looks like the chemistry is coming together. What is the bond like with your teammates?
We enjoy playing with each other. We have great chemistry. We all work hard, and we know how much we mean to each other, how much we work every day, and we just try to keep getting better each game.
Well, the work is paying off, John. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you later.